All right. So anyway, yeah, we mentioned Egoraptor, and he talked about uh, the Legend of Zelda series, and he was talking about how once you make the leap from 2D to 3D, it's like Mission Impossible. It completely changes up the whole game, right? That was in his famous Zelda episode, right? And that's cool. At the time, none of us really.
Who do you think is cuter, Dr. Klein or Dr. Boros?
Oh God, talking suit. In that specific period of time, since they made the leap fairly well and they could do action fairly well, it didn't matter if it was unarmed, melee, or ranged. You know, they successfully figured out a way to mix up the combat in a single game.
Lights on.
And they figured out a way to make a game go on for 100 hours. You know what I mean? Whether it be Zelda or Grand Theft Auto or whatever, they famously figured out how to do all that, even with lower tech, right? And you know, most of us didn't mind that the Zelda 64 was an incredibly linear game, because we knew that Final Fantasy was selling, we knew that Grand Theft Auto was selling, you know, open worlds that are just free to explore and check things out. We knew eventually that would get their attention, right? Wrong answer. Because the second Majora's Mask came out, it was clear what the business model was. And you know, a lot of people will still want to try and praise Majora's Mask. I can't, because they had that stupid expansion pack added onto the bloody thing, and honestly, I don't even know what it did extra. I didn't spend money on it, but I didn't even know what. I don't even know why they did that. Because to me, it just looked like they were just milking the customer for more money. And after that, Nintendo, I couldn't buy any of their.
We're all lit up. Is it Christmas?
I couldn't buy any of their stuff ever again after that. The only thing I did buy was a DS, and that was mostly for their Mega Man collection disc, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I'm a huge Smash Brothers fan, I play that at other people's places. I will not buy any more Nintendo stuff. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Yeah. You know, after they tried to burn me for that generation, I just, not gonna happen, dude. But for this game, I don't know why they skipped out on doing the best that they could with the combat, and I'll say that until I'm blue in the face, until somebody puts a bullet in me and ends me, I guess. I don't know why they skipped out on that, because we had all these other games that can do it flawlessly, do it well, do it better. That's one thing. Two things. I don't know why they kept making decisions to upset and annoy the player. Like if you're going to make an RPG, there should be the freedom to create their own character any which way they want. You should have 1,000 different ways of doing it, right? Well, the initial base game of this, it was you could only build one character, and that was it. You know, if you screwed up building that character any way other than what the meager amount of points they gave you did, then you were SOL. You could not continue past certain points or whatever. I constantly see that mistake again and again and again. It's almost as though they have no clue how to make an RPG, which is really strange coming from the same people that make that made Skyrim, 500 to 1,000 hours, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. But and again, with Ocarina of Time, I'm seeing that cash grab moment. I'm seeing those cash out, take the money and run practices right now. You know what I mean? Like with all the DLC, and even now with Fallout 4 just out, they mentioned their DLC packs, and it's clear that it's not going to get any better, folks. It's very clear it's not going to get any better.
We're all lit up. Is it Christmas?
Yeah. And I don't want to be a spoiled sport. I don't want to be one of those guys that gives you a show and then has everything on a downer. But let's get realistic, folks. When I saw the DLC packs for Fallout 4, I think the grand total was around $60 or something like that. Which to me it would be acceptable if that was all of the DLC, the only amount of DLC that they were going to do. It just ended right there after it got the $60. But no, I don't think so. I sincerely doubt that. As in, it's gonna get worse. As in, they're probably gonna ask you for $60 every single year. I'm just telling y'all how it is, and it's all that for one game. So it took them 2 years before they were done with this, before we finally had the Ultimate Edition, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, folks, please help me out here. But it just looks to me like everybody's got to start voting with their wallet, man. Don't buy this stuff that was freaking shady. If folks are pulling the wrong practices, tell them how it is. You know what I mean? Like with the N64, almost everybody put their foot down with Majora's Mask, and you know what I mean?
Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. We're all lit up. Is it Christmas?
So, and what did Nintendo do? Nintendo decided, okay, well, we just need to focus on the youngsters, and that's it. We don't need any of the return customers. You know what I mean? They're constantly going to be pulling stunts. You know what I'm saying? And that's the route that they went. I mean, they stuck with handhelds for freaking forever, I guess. And then when it came out with a console, it was a gimmick.
I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me.
Well, I don't know. You should look at how many followers I got on my channel, honey. Oh, God. A handful of folks, but that's about it. Ashtray, yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, Nintendo figured out a way to get around that through just catering to the younger generation. They're like, nope, we need a new crop of fools. We don't need these other people that are too smart for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the route that they went. Like I said, that's one route that they could go, and it looks like all the other companies are trying to mimic that with this Call of Duty push that's been going on for 10 years. Call of Duty clone push, I guess is the best way I can phrase it, because it's been going on for about 10 years and all of us are tired of it. It's the reason why everybody bought Skyrim. It's the reason why everybody bought Fallout. They want, they don't want another freaking shooter. They want a good 100-hour game that's gonna, that has a whole lot of more fulfillment into it. I mean, like, another good example is Grand Theft Auto. They want an open world game. They want 100 friggin' hours of fun. You know. You know. It just makes no sense to me why on earth they would sabotage their return customers. You know what I mean? It's like once you start pulling the give me more money stunts, it pretty much becomes a waiting game of when will it be good again. And I'm based on what I've been seeing, folks, with the new versus the old, it's not going to get any better. It's just not going to happen, man. It's not in the cards.
Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light.
We're gonna have to start making our own games from here on out. Cool thing about these games, though, is they do pack a lot of mods. So you definitely have your options to create your own. That's pretty much going to be the end of it for right now. Now let's get down with the other sections. Let's continue.